Babbles brothers, this is your boy JTLive. Welcome back to another episode of South Stand Signings, and it has been a hot minute. And you know what? There hasn't been any transfer action recently going on at Ellen Road. The news had run dry. However, that has all changed over the past 12 hours. Things have been popping off. That is right, Raphinha is on the verge, or rather, he has completed his move over to Barcelona. Leeds United are moving rapidly in securing a replacement for Raphinha, and there is so much to talk about, especially with Leeds' next preseason game happening within a few days. There's a lot of squad developments and a lot of squad changes that need to happen before that preseason begins. But for now, let's not waste any more of your time. Let's get straight into the meat of the action. Just quickly before we do get into the rest of the video, we are trying to hit 4K for the start of the new season. So if you want to join the family of the most forward-thinking pioneers to have graced a beautiful game and help me help you, and stay up to date on any future content surrounding Leeds United football and fighting in general, then make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell down below so you don't miss any future uploads. But let's get straight into the meat of the action. Alright, crikey, roll dogs, matey. It is the reason you guys have all clicked on this video, and it is that man Raphinha. And finally, after months and months and months of speculation as to whether he was going to stay at Leeds, whether he was going to go to Arsenal, go to Chelsea, or go to the club that have been after him for the past 6 months, Barcelona, it does finally look like there is an end to that whole transfer saga, as a deal has finally been struck between Leeds and Barcelona. I know, I never thought I'd see the day, even after they alleviated that 690 million euros of funds for themselves. They were still scratching their closets trying to get any last pennies they could to deal with Leeds. They were still giving us some dodgy deals where they were trying to pay it in installments. They were trying to do all this madness. And I was actually starting to fear for a second there that he might end up playing for Chelsea next season. However, by the grace of God, Barcelona have stepped in at the last second with a monster deal by all accounts. That is right. Ben Jacobs has come out saying, I can confirm Leeds and Barcelona have finally reached an agreement this evening for Raphinha. My understanding is that the 50 million euro and 10 million euro fee is incorrect. That is right. There was some talks earlier about the fact that Leeds had actually accepted less than what Chelsea had offered for Raphinha, accepting a 50 million euro plus 10 million euro add-on kind of deal, which wouldn't really make any sense because Leeds United, apparently as it stands, the board were not trying to accept that at all. The board were not going to be pushed around, not going to be mugged off no matter what the potential outcome was, even if it meant selling him to another English club. However, the deal is apparently rumoured to be around 75 million euros. That is tasty, baby. Look, none of us want to lose Raphinha, all right? And some of us are getting quite excited about the prospect of maybe having Sinisterra on one wing, Raphinha on the other wing, and seeing how things could go forward. And there is some beautiful patterns of play we could be unleashing if that was the case. However, it does seem like we are going to be losing him. But 75 million euros is a big fat chunk. That's going to equate to around 63 to 65 million pounds once all is said and done. And we could use that to reinvest in the squad well. I'm talking buying a striker, buying another winger, buying a defender. We could use this money very, very well. Diario Sport are convinced that a Raphinha transfer is very, very close, with the Catalan Daily even reporting that the forward is convinced that the deal will go through very, very shortly and that he will even arrive in the city this morning. He could be joined by Ousmane Dembele at Barcelona, who is apparently on the verge of signing a 2-year bumper deal at the club. Barcelona making some serious moves here, and Chelsea are going to be absolutely fuming that they've been pipped to the post by this one, because they have been left in the lurch by Raphinha for the past couple of weeks by all accounts. Barcelona have been screwing Raphinha over, Raphinha's been screwing Chelsea over, and Leeds have just been sat in the wings getting screwed by everybody. Just for full transparency, by the way, the time I'm recording this is currently 4:32 a.m. Monday morning, So the final deal is yet to go through because they're waiting obviously until the morning hours, until they can get everyone awake, till the business day officially commences, and then they can get the final paperwork wrapped up. They can get the pictures, the signings, the media bonuses, the interviews, anything they want to get out to fully announce the deal. I'm telling you, I have a feeling that's going to happen tomorrow morning. But basically, by the time you're seeing this, the deal will be confirmed to be completely done. I am just recording this a couple of hours in advance, so I don't have the actual paperwork for you here, but best be sure that it is coming. However, we gotta hope that it is not another departure also happening tomorrow morning or tomorrow week. Tomorrow week doesn't really make any sense, but we don't really want another departure coming from Leeds United this entire transfer window. However, Newcastle United are reportedly lining up a bid for another Leeds United winger. This time it is Jack Harrison, after being rebuffed in their pursuit of Moussa Diaby and Anthony Gordon. That is right, Newcastle had tried to go in for Everton's Gordon. They tried to go in for Moussa Diaby, with the aforementioned player being rated at £60 million. So you know what, Newcastle were like, ooh, not sure about that one, Chief. We've been told we can only spend around £85 million this summer, so we're going to have to go a little bit cheaper. And maybe that cheaper option is Jack Harrison. It seems like the Tyneside club once again shift their focus elsewhere, with Leeds United attacker Jack Harrison's name being mentioned as a possible summer transfer target for Newcastle United, who are now seriously mulling over making an official bid for the Whites winger. Now, obviously, the original complication arose when Leeds came out and said, look, we're not going to accept anything less than £30 million for Jack Harrison, which seemed like a reasonable price for Jack Harrison at the time. However, now you're looking at a case where we've sold Calvin Phillips and we've sold Raphinha. I don't think we can afford to lose Jack Harrison. I really don't think we can afford to lose Jack Harrison, let alone for a price like £30 million. I think if you want to buy Jack Harrison, you got to come in with a crazy offer. I'm talking 50, 60 million pounds. I'm talking almost Raphinha valuation. Not that he should command that on the basis of a quality of player maybe compared to a Raphinha at this current stage in his career. However, his importance to Leeds has gone through the roof, because we can't make 7, 8, 9, 10 wholesale changes in one season to the starting 11 and suddenly expect Leeds to kick on straight away and work very well. You look at numerous cases in the past. I mean, look at a Fulham, for example, when they tried to do it when they first came up, and they basically sold their whole squad and tried to rejig everything around, and it didn't really work out for them, did it? Well, we can't afford to fall into that same trap. No, we cannot. But let me know what you guys think about that one anyway, because for me, even keeping Harrison, I still think we need to sign another winger. I think we really need to invest this Raphinha money smartly. I know we've already signed Sinisterra, and part of that money is going to come out of the Raphinha purse already. But I think we need to sign another winger and another forward. I think we could still go in for Cody Gakpo. We've got so much more out of the Raphinha deal than a lot of fans were probably expecting us to at this stage in the season. So I think we could still go out for a Cody Gakpo, to be honest. And I think we need to keep Jack Harrison alongside it. But what do you guys think? Do you think we can lose Jack Harrison, sign one top winger, two top wingers? Would you be happy to lose Jack Harrison as well and then replace him with Cody Gakpo and go into next season with Sinisterra and Gakpo on the wings? For me, look, I don't think we can. I think Jack Harrison is proven in the league. He offers consistency throughout not only what Marsh knows, not only what the rest of the squad knows, but his work rate, his intensity. He knows the city, he knows the club, mate. He is a lot more of a proven commodity than anyone we could sign in that position, and I don't think we can lose him. But let me know what you guys think about that one down below. It's a very interesting point. It's a very interesting question. And speaking of reinvesting that Raphinha money, one position Leeds are desperate to sign a player in this summer is, of course, that central forward striking position. And Dean Jones says Leeds will definitely sign a new striker this summer. However, which striker is it going to be? There has been a lot of talk about Charles de Ketelaere recently. Well, let me tell you something. I said it a couple of weeks ago, and I'll say it again. That deal is done. Good as gone. Not a snowball's chance in hell that man signs for this club. I will tell tell you that as a fact. And I'll tell you something else as a fact. I was also asked a couple of weeks ago, who is the next player Leeds United will sign? Well, guess what? It looks like I was on the money with that one too, because it is this man, Arnaud Kalimuendo, who is on the verge of a move to Ellen Road. That is right. Leeds United are reportedly just £4 million away from agreeing a fee for Paris Saint-Germain's highly rated forward Arnaud Kalimuendo. The 20-year-old star spent the best part of his last 2 seasons on loan at Lens and showed his promise by firing 21 goals and providing 6 assists in 65 appearances for Frank Heisey's side. Frank Heisey, however the hell you say his name, doesn't really matter, mate, because he's not going to be playing for your side next season. I'm telling you, he's playing for Leeds United. Now, apparently, don't shoot the messenger because this might not be 100% correct, but what I am hearing is that they are still trying to keep in that buyback clause into the negotiations. Now, are you guys happy with that? Do you think that buyback clause is a massive red flag for you? Massive no-no. For me, I think it is big. There may still be a chance that we can get him without this buyback clause in there. This is just from what I've heard from random sources. So it could just be complete waffle, but hopefully we can manage to weasel our way through into a deal where we aren't forced to have this buyback clause into the option. But it does seem like Leeds are very close to securing the deal. He is valued at £21 million, and it does seem like there has been an agreement struck between Leeds and Paris Saint-Germain, with L'Equipe now reporting that the Whites have been told what it would take to persuade the Ligue 1 giants to part company with the talented forward, and that is literally just a £4 million bump into the transfer valuation. Now, whether Leeds will fully go for the jugular with this, whether Leeds will still try and cling on to that last dying bit of hope that Charles de Ketelaere could come to Leeds United, I'm not so sure. Only time will tell. But in my eyes, I feel like we will go in for Kalimuendo. We'll find out that Charles de Ketelaere is beating a dead horse into the ground, and we'll switch up and go for the big man, the man we should have been going for in the first place, in Arnaud Kalimuendo. And speaking of a signing that people have been saying we should have been going for in the first place, a new left back is on the agenda for a lot of people who don't really like the look of Senior Firpo. Senior Firpo, who started off pre-season with a bang, has unfortunately picked up an injury, though he has picked up a slight knock, and that has kept him out of pre-season. He is not going to be going on the tour over to Australia. Instead, he is staying back in England. He's going to be training with the squad. Hopefully, he's going to be fit for Leeds' last pre-season game against Cagliari, which is happening at Ellen Road. However, if he isn't, he will hopefully get back in time for the Premier League season. But this does raise a lot of questions around his fitness, because last year, let's not make two ways about it, the guy did have problems keeping fit. He did have problems keeping fit. He was injured and he was taken out of the side for long spells of time, and we need a backup left back at the very least, just in case he does get injured again, because although I love Senior Firpo more than anyone you could find out there, if he can't stay fit, then he's not much good to us, is he? We do need a backup, in my opinion. I think we do need someone that could really hold the fort down, and it does seem like Leeds could be moving in for Josh Tymon as this kind of player. The Championship outfit Norwich City and Scottish Giants Rangers are also keen on signing the 23-year-old defender. He'll likely cost around £6 million, with the Potters reluctant to sell one of Michael O'Neill's most important players. He was described as an outstanding young talent by West Brom boss Steve Bruce. I mean, what an absolute legend Steve Bruce is. If he describes anyone as an outstanding talent, then he is certainly a signing that you should be going for. Will Leeds go in for him, though? That is yet to be seen. Would you like Josh Tymon there? Would you rather go in for Charlie Taylor? Would you rather go in for someone younger? Would you rather go in for someone older? Who do you want in that left back position? Do you still want Edgan Alioski to return to Leeds United? Let me know down in the comment section down below, because I think it is a very interesting point of contention. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think about all those deals down in the comment section down below. But for now, guys, I will see you very soon. Au revoir, my brothers and my sisters.